across the sky blue. Yellow dandelion, pretty evergreen, and some red and orange flowers going wild along the street. And the more I look around, the more that I do look, the more I realize that I am doing God's coloring book.
I'm Lillian Morris Hilson, and I served as chair of the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi for the year 2020. Every January, the Community Foundation holds its Crystal Ball Gala, which is attended by 1,200 people. We look forward to next year with an in-person event, and I hope each person watching will consider attending. The highlight of the evening is the recognition of the Star of Hope. We are here tonight to honor our 2021 Star of Hope, who has performed thousands of concerts and whose light is shining down on us from heaven, Mr. Charley Pride from Sledge, Mississippi. As you know, Mr. Pride passed away on December 12, 2020. This will be our first ever posthumous recognition of the prestigious Star of Hope, and very fitting that it is Charley Pride who has been first in so many areas of life, providing hope to those who follow him.
Thank you, Lillian. That was a beautiful, beautiful tribute to Mr. Charley Pride. We're delighted that his wife, Rosine, who grew up in Oxford, Mississippi, and who married Charley Pride right here in Hernando, Mississippi on December 28, 1956. She's with us today and will accept the Star of Hope Award in his memory.
Let's pause a moment and give our thanks for the life and legacy of a great Mississippian and son of the Mississippi Delta, Mr. Charley Pride.
The Star of Hope honor bestowed on Charley Pride is an appropriately named award. Charley, you are indeed a star in every meaning of that word, not just as an artist with 29 #1 country music hits, a Country Music Association Lifetime Achievement Award, and membership in the Country Music Hall of Fame, but a star who represents the best of humanity. Your life's path was shaped by your father, who simply reminded you that your last name, Pride, would lead you out of the cotton fields of Sledge in Quitman County in the Mississippi Delta. Charley, the Star of Hope honor you are receiving from the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi is a testimonial to your determination, your hard work, and your talent. It's also a tribute to your parents and the entire Pride family who supported you in reaching stardom. Charley, your whole life exemplifies hope. Today's youth need hope and role models, especially those living in the counties served by the Community Foundation, some of the poorest counties in the country. By connecting people who care with causes that matter, the Community Foundation gives them hope. And this honor you are receiving represents what having hope can do for someone's life. It's a recognition of all that you achieved, which we tried to show in my country music documentary, transcending prejudice with your immense talent and big heart, breaking barriers in the country music industry, and becoming a shining beacon of hope for future generations.
Like the 747 westbound, 30,000 feet above the ground. Like a feather in the wind or an arrow sent through the sky. Like a bird up in the clouds, straight up like a rocket. Up in the air. Uncle Charley, I know you're out there smiling down. It's Kurt Chambers here, and I'm honored to be participating along with the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi in honoring Charley Pride. Charley Pride, you have paved the way for so many African American country music artists with your achievements. So Charley Pride, today, we honor you.
I'm honored to be here tonight to take part in this wonderful celebration of the incredible Charley Pride and his musical legacy that will live on forever. I was around Charley just a few times, most recently at the premiere of the American Masters documentary by Barb Hall that was wonderful, a great night. And back in the day when I toured with Don Williams for many, many years, we did quite a few shows with Charlie, and Don was a big fan. Anytime we were on a bill with Charlie, Don would kick it up a notch because he knew Charlie was bringing his A game. And that was a wonderful thing to witness. The mutual respect between superstars like that was very moving and very real. So I'd like to do something that I've only had the chance to do one other time. I'm going to read a proclamation that will explain what it is I'm talking about. So if you'll bear with me, here we go. A proclamation from AFM Local 257. Today, we honor AFM Life member Charlie Pride, born March 18, 1934 in Sledge, Mississippi, who made groundbreaking creative contributions to American popular music for more than a half-century while conducting himself with class and dignity. Thanks so much for the opportunity to be part of this evening. Charlie, we will never forget you, and you will live on in our hearts and our ears for a long time. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Hi, I'm Boo Mitchell from Royal Studios here in Memphis, Tennessee, and I just want to say big congratulations to Charlie for being the 2021 Star of Hope honoree. You greatly deserve this honor. You're a pioneer at your work. I'm a huge fan of you. My father, Willie Mitchell, was a big fan of yours, and we just want to say congratulations.
When Grenada native Charlie Worsham learned of the death of his fellow Mississippian, Charlie Pride, he picked up his guitar to play his favorite Charlie Pride song, Roll On, Mississippi, the theme of our 2021 Crystal Ball. Thanks, Charlie, for your rendition of Roll On, Mississippi.
This is one of my favorite songs that Charlie Pride recorded, and brings to mind that sense of kinship because we share Mississippi roots. Here's Roll On, Mississippi. Walking along, whistling a song, barefoot and fancy free. Big river boat passing us by. She's headed for New Orleans. There she goes, disappearing around the bend. Roll on, Mississippi. You make me feel like a child again. A cool river breeze, like peppermint leaves. The taste of it takes me back. Chewing on a straw, torn overalls, came pulling old straw hat, muddy river, just like a long lost friend. Roll on, Mississippi, you make me feel like a child again. Roll on, Mississippi, big river roll. You're the childhood dream I grew up on. Roll on, Mississippi, carry me home. I can see I've been away too long. Roll on, Mississippi, roll on. Roll on, Mississippi, roll on.
Hello, everyone. As the 2020 Star of Hope recipient, it is my honor to pay tribute to Charlie Pride this evening. I had the pleasure of spending some time with Charlie a few years ago in New York, and he was everything we Mississippians are all about: warm, kind, approachable, and oh so talented. I'm standing in the galleries of the Mississippi Arts and Entertainment Experience here in Meridian, which showcases Mississippi's immense cultural legacy. It honors our legends and inspires tomorrow's artists to follow their dreams. So if you haven't been here, it's a must. Charlie is also honored here in the exhibitions and the Magnificent Hall of Fame. His memory is enshrined here along with quite a list: Tammy Wynette, Bo Diddley, John Lee Hooker, Jimmy Buffett, B.B. King, Leontine Price, Jimmy Rogers, Muddy Waters, Howling Wolf, and of course Elvis. And there are many more. Mississippi truly enjoys an embarrassment of riches, and there is something in the water, I promise you. It's crazy. Charley Pride was born on a 40-acre sharecropper farm in Sledge, Mississippi. And every week, his daddy would turn on the radio station to the Grand Ole Opry, and it became the soundtrack of Pride's childhood. Charley Pride changed the perception of country music with classics like I'm Just Me and Kiss an Angel Good Morning. As the first African-American country superstar in the 1950s, he made the genre accessible to a wider audience and showed us all that immense talent triumphed over prejudice. It's with great sadness that we witness the passing of our Mississippi hero, Charley Pride. He will always be in our hearts. I only wish he was here tonight.
Well, we lost our brother Charley Pride this year. What a legend, a pioneer, a dear, dear friend. And as far as the Oak Ridge Boys are concerned, I don't think there's anyone more deserving of the Star of Hope Award than Charley Pride.
I agree.
Hey, y'all, this is T. Graham Brown. Charley, just wanted to tell you we're missing you, buddy. But you know, you're the perfect person to get the 2021 Star of Hope Award. We love you. Nothing is better than some Charley Pride. Mountain of love, you should be ashamed. Love you, Charley.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Roll on, Mississippi, roll on.
I can't remember the first time I met Charley. I think it might have been over in Dallas or Houston at a golf tournament. But of course, Charley and I just hit it off from the get-go that first time. He knew where Drew, Mississippi was. I knew where Sledge, Mississippi was. So that kind of got our conversation and actually our friendship going. So he was coming to town one day to do a concert, and he wanted to come to Saints practice. So I sent some people out to get him. He came, watched practice, threw the ball. You know, Charley was a old baseball player. He loved sports, and he really enjoyed that. Our coach wanted him to talk to the team that day, but he was just I always said of course he was great at his profession, wonderful country music, but he was also a great Mississippian.
My friend Charley Pride was one of the first to break the most incredible barriers and rose to the top quicker in country music than any artist before him. He is so deeply missed and has left an incredible void in the music industry here in Nashville. I can't think of anyone more deserving of the Star of Hope Award than my friend of over 50 years, the incredible, iconic Charley Pride.
Mary and I are so honored to have been a part of this organization for so many years and to have shared the spotlight of winning this award with friends like Archie and Olivia Manning, Marty Stewart, Cela Ward, and Bradford Cobb. And tonight, we add Charley Pride to that list.
One of Mississippi's finest. I think that to recognize Charley's legacy of love and philanthropy for all things Mississippi is especially poignant and heart-filling this year. We miss him so. Mississippi will miss him greatly, and certainly every day we'll treasure his memory and think of him kissing an angel good morning.
In 1999, we put together an organizational effort to raise money for the Trent Lott Leadership Institute in Mississippi, and we did a big concert at the Kennedy Center. Charley Pride was one of the first people to step up and join us. We will miss him, and we will miss him, and we wish his family the very, very best, and we send our condolences and love to them, and just know that his legacy will live on through this Stars of Hope Award from the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi.
We are proud to be a part of celebrating Charlie tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Ever I chance to meet old friends on the street, they wonder how does a man get to be this way? Always got a smiling face, anytime in any place. Every time they ask me why, I just smile and say, you've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. People may try to guess the secret of a happiness, but some of them never learn that it's a simple thing. The secret I'm speaking of is a woman and a man in love, and the answer is in this song that I always sing. You've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home.
Early in my career, I programmed what would become the #1 country music station in America, WMAQ in Chicago. At that time, I met an incredible new talent, Charlie Pride. And the impact he had on the music business was felt then as it's felt today. And it's only appropriate that my fellow Mississippian is awarded the Star of Hope.
Charlie was more than an icon, more than a legend. He was somebody that transcended everything that was supposed to be in music. The things he did and paving the way for me and so many others to come and play country music, and the time he did it, and the way he did it with such grace and elegance was amazing. And the thing that really gets me is when we became friends, how truly great of a man he was. He was just a great man, and I miss him. And music lost one of the all-time greats when we lost Charlie Pride.
Charlie was one of the greatest men I've ever known, aside from being one of the greatest country singers of all time. Charlie was very important for many generations of country singers, as he was the Jackie Robinson of country music. Just a better person I never met. He was just a genuine, real human being, aside from having the gift of being one of the greatest country singers of all time. Maybe Hank could sing with him, but that's about it. He was a wonderful guy. I'm proud to say that he and Rosine have been here in our home a time or two back in the day at a Christmas party or what have you. I did many TV shows with Charlie and a few dates on the road. I always left his presence feeling uplifted and enriched for being around him. So God bless him. He will really be missed, and God bless you.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Roll on, Mississippi.
People are always surprised when I tell them that I love country music, especially the country music from the 1980s. My father always took us to the Mid-South Fair and the World Championship Rodeo in the Mid-South Coliseum. It was one of my favorite times of the year. And at the rodeo, I got to see all of these great acts, like Waylon Jennings, like Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, the Mandrell Sisters, Loretta Lynn, Alabama, Oak Ridge Boys. But one of the greatest acts that I got to see there, and a person I began to follow, was Charlie Pride. When I think of Mississippi these days, one of the songs that comes to mind is Roll On, Mississippi by Charley Pride. He was a unique and absolutely fabulous singer, and someone who was not afraid to follow his dreams, even into an arena where there were not many African Americans. So Charley Pride will always stand out for me as someone who was courageous enough to follow his own dreams and talented enough to stand out in a field where he stood alone for such a long time. Charley Pride was a unique American, and I think his memory will last forever. And whenever I hear the words Roll On, Mississippi, it's Charley Pride that I'll think of. We'll miss him, and man, I really regret that future country music fans won't have the chance to see the great Charley Pride perform.
Mac McAnally has been named the Country Music Association Musician of the Year 10 consecutive years and won numerous awards. You will hear for the first time, his personal story of his friendship with Charley Pride and the music behind that friendship.
I didn't get to know Charley really well, but I can throw in one little thing. Kind of late in his career, he cut a song of mine I wrote with my friend Mr. Tommy Brassfield, and Tommy had a breakup with a girlfriend, which was very common for him, and he wanted to write a revenge song, and he had this song title called "I Want to Hurt Her on the Radio," and Tommy and I wrote that song kind of as a funny song, I guess, and it got recorded by Keith Whitley, which is awesome. It got recorded by David Allan Coe, and it sat around a few years after it had been an album cut, and Charley asked if he could sing it as "I Want to Love Her" on the radio. And he did, and he had a top 10 record, and it was the title of an album which would have made my dad so proud that I had a song that was the title of a Charley Pride album and that Charley sang one of my songs. But it's just a little bit of an example of what he was able to do. Take something, I mean, our song was probably a little bit, it was a revenge song. It was kind of mean, and he found something good about it. And for him, coming out of Sledge, Mississippi, at the time he came from Sledge, Mississippi, he took all that was good and bad from those and ended up just putting out good. And our little song, it was, I'm gonna love her on the radio. She gonna hear me everywhere she goes. Get her back the only way I know. I'm gonna love her on the radio. And that's sort of the magic of Charley Pride. He could take something that was even intended to be aggravating and make it special and make it pretty and make it positive. And that's why, one of the reasons why he's getting the Star of Hope, and it's one of my main reasons why I'm so proud to be a little part of bragging on you, Charley. It's wonderful to know you, and we're all glad that we've got this music to hang on to for as long as we're here on earth. You did a great job. You deserve the Star of Hope. Mississippi's proud. I'm proud. God bless.
Hello, Charley Pride. I'm here to tell you one more time how much I love you and how much you mean to me. I've said it so many times, you are truly one of my all-time country music heroes. Going back to my days in Philadelphia, Mississippi, discovering country music, I heard your records, and I was so proud of you because you were one of our guys from Mississippi, and you made it all the way to the top, and you never forgot us. And as time has gone on, you've become my friend, and I still look to you as a little kid looks to a country music hero. You will always be one of my country music heroes. So I wish I could be there tonight. Connie and I are on the road traveling, but we send our love and our deepest respect.
Hi, my name is Emily Havens, and I'm the Executive Director of Grammy Museum, Mississippi. In 2019, we were honored to have Grammy winner and great Mississippian, Mr. Charley Pride, here at the museum. He will be greatly missed. His music and his legacy will live on forever. Tonight, I can't think of a better recipient of the Star of Hope than Mr. Charley Pride.
Hi, I'm David Lee Murphy. It's a pleasure to be here
to celebrate and honor Charley Pride. Charley Pride was a true country music icon. I remember as a kid in my hometown, my parents had a clock radio, and every morning the clock radio would go off. And I remember one morning waking up to the song, Is Anybody Going to San Antonio, and picturing every word of that song. And Charley sang that song like he was there. And everybody that was listening to the song was there too. And he just had an effortless quality of conveying songs. I think one of my favorite Charley Pride memories for me personally was about 2006 or 2007. We did a show at the Ryman Auditorium one night in Nashville, and Charley was the host of the show. And my band and I got up there to do a quick set, 4 or 5 songs. One of the songs we did that night was Living in Fast Forward, a song that I co-wrote with another Mississippi boy, Rivers Rutherford. It was recorded by Kenny Chesney, and that song that year was a hit. And so we just wanted to do it for the fanfare show. And I remember after we wrapped it up and walked down to our dressing room, and we're just sitting around in the dressing room, relaxing and laughing and talking, in walks Charley Pride. And he opened the door in 100% Charley Pride fashion, and he sang the entire chorus to Living in Fast Forward. And it was amazing. All the guys in my band still remember that. And to this day, when we sing Living in Fast Forward, we talk about Charley Pride. He had no idea what an impact that had on us and how special of a moment that was for us that night. And Charley, I know you're up there tonight listening and smiling and laughing at some of these stories, but I just want to say thank you for being a true country music legend, and also just want to say thank you for being a first-class person.
Grammy nominations and Grammy Awards run through Clarksdale's native Kingfish Ingram's DNA. He is a cousin of Charley Pride and was just nominated for the Best Traditionalist Blues Album. He filmed this special tribute to his cousin just for the Crystal Ball, making it his second time to perform at the Crystal Ball. The first was when he was with the Delta Blues Museum student group, who were guest performers at where? The Crystal Ball. Let's welcome back Kingfish.
What's going on, y'all? This is Chris Stone, Kingfish Ingram, and I just want to do this tribute to the Mr. Late Great Charley Pride. Rain dripping off the brim of my hat. It sure is cold today. And here I am walking down 66. Wish she hadn't done me that way. Sleeping on the table at a roadside park. A man could wake up the dead, but it sure seems warmer than it did sleeping in a king-size bed. Is anybody going to San Antonio or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is alright as long as I can't forget I ever known her. Wind whipping down the neck of my shirt like I ain't got nothing on. But I'd rather fight the wind and the rain than what I've been fighting at home. Yonder comes a truck with the U.S. mail. People writing letters back home. Tomorrow she'll probably want me back, but I'll still be just as gone. Is anybody going to San Antonio or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is alright as long as I can forget I ever known her. Anybody going to San Antonio or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is alright as long as I can forget. I'll never know her.
The B.B. King Museum offers our sincerest condolences to the family of Charley Pride. The world has lost another great Mississippi music icon. Like B.B. King, Charley Pride's music helped to break barriers. And also, like Mr. King, he shares in the honor of receiving the Star of Hope Award. Charley Pride's legacy will live on in his songs and in those that his songs influence.
Hello, I'm Lee Greenwood. Very few artists come to Nashville, Tennessee and have the kind of success Charley Pride did. He certainly broke a barrier. He was a great singer, great entertainer, and a wonderful human being. And he was my friend. When I first got to Nashville, Tennessee, he let me open up for him several times, and we would meet at the truck stop after the show. But in the later years, we met more often than not at the Nashville airport. We both flew American Airlines, and we generally end up in the Admirals Club and get a selfie. Talk about each other's job, where we were playing that year, and talk about family. He loved his family. He loved entertaining. He loved country music. No one is more deserving of this Star of Hope Award than my friend, Charley Pride.
Hi, folks. My name is Jimmy Payne. I've been a big Charley Pride fan now ever since his first recording. He became a part of my life back in 1976 when he recorded a song that I had written with Naomi Martin called My Eyes Can Only See As Far As You. Thank you, Charley, for making that a #1 record, and thank you for your contribution to country music. Rest in peace, my friend.
Roll on, Mississippi. Roll on, Mississippi. Roll on, Mississippi.
Hi, everybody, I'm Mickey Gilling. Not too long ago, we lost somebody that's in the country music field that's one of the greats, Mr. Charley Pride. Had a chance to visit with him, and me and Johnny Lee had a chance to visit with him for about, I guess, 35 or 40 minutes not too long ago, not knowing that he wouldn't be with us very long. We lost a great country music performer. He did for country music what Jackie Robinson did for the baseball game. I'm going to miss him. He was a friend. We celebrated our birthday together in March. Mr. Charley Pride is gone, but he won't be forgotten. And country music is missing an icon in the music world. We'll miss you, Charley. We love you. Friend and a fan, Mickey Gilly. Thanks for watching.
She said, I'm gonna hire a wino to decorate our home. You feel more at ease now. You won't need to roam. Every time I'd walk up onto the set where Charley Pride was, he'd sing that song for me. He'd sing that song as I'm walking up to him. He knew the words of that song, I know, better than I did. When I first heard that Charley was gone, my heart has been so saddened. And I know that everybody else feels the same way about that. I miss you so much, Charley. I can't believe this. I'm having a hard time with it. I just remember all those great songs. I remember all those great concerts that everybody did and we all did together. And I remember one thing in particular. I remember playing golf. I remember playing golf with you, the Charley Pride Open. It was something called Charley Pride Open there in Albuquerque, New Mexico, way back in the day when I was working with the great Buck Owens. I'd come there and be on all them golf shows with you. Charley, we miss you. We miss you. Say hello to heaven for me, pal.
I'm Steve Azar, the Music and Culture Ambassador of Mississippi. Before I made my way back home with my family, I spent 20 years in Music City. It was back then, at a night at the Grand Ole Opry, that I first met the great Charley Pride. Charley, so I'd like to speak to you as if you're here, because I know in my heart you are. You walk in the room, in my dressing room, and before I could utter a word and tell you how thrilled I was to meet you. You started singing the lyrics to my songs, Waiting on Joe and I Don't Have to Be Me Till Monday. That was our introduction. I think it was that moment that I realized that I had truly arrived. I'd always lived thinking ahead and tomorrow, what do I need to do next? And I think you just really made me realize at that point was take a moment and enjoy the ride. You've always been so gracious to me and so many artists like me. You paved the way for an entire generation and now a new generation. You changed the way music was made. You dared to dare. And I remember growing up as a kid, my mom would tell me, she grew up on Highway 61 in a grocery store. And my young version of a mother knew your young version of you. When you'd come in the store in a baseball uniform, you were one heck of an athlete. So I felt like to put it in a way that young Charley Pride, the young version of you, would understand best how you impacted the world of music and the world, period, to all people. You're not just some home run in some game. You're a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth inning, bases loaded, down 3 in the World Series. That's how great you have been to us. And I know angels are flying so close to the ground tonight. You're so deserving of this award and so many others. And I have been blessed to get to know you, my friend. I can't wait till we meet again.
Blues Grammy winner Bobby Rush wrote a tribute song to Charley Pride on Friday, December 11th at approximately 7 p.m. Only hours later, early Saturday morning, Charley Pride passed away. The song has never been heard, and we were honored that Bobby Rush will perform it from the famous Royal Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. Here's Bobby Rush.
Hi, my name is Bobby Rush, better known as Sue's boyfriend. When we talk about friend, we're talking about something hard to find. Friends like hen teeth don't come often. But Charley Pride is the guy I want to talk about now. I know, Charley, that you're getting the award Star of Hope here in Mississippi. You're a Mississippi boy like I am. I appreciate you, man. I love you to death. I heard the story about when you was a young man, you couldn't put your pictures on your cover of the album because you were afraid it may get tangled up knowing who you are and what you are and your color of your skin. I've been there and done that. But I'm going to tell you something, that out of all the things that people have been through in life, you came out of the mold of Mississippi and you made something out of yourself. It made me and other people look at you and look up to you. Thank you for what you've done, what you're doing, what you plan to do. Because all of this you have done make Bobby Rush a part of who and what I am. I want to leave this with you. Sometimes I wonder sometimes I wonder what gonna happen to me when I get too old. Sometimes I wonder what gonna happen to me when I get too old. Would you take me in your house? Or would you just throw me out door? Sometimes I wonder, what did the world ever think of me? I wonder sometimes, Sally, what in the world do you think of you and me? Would you take me in your house? I do me like a dog do a tree. How long? Tell me how long, how long, how long? I wonder how long. Charlie, I wonder how long, how long? If you confused, I'm talking about my 40 acres and my mule. Granddaddy died waiting. Mama died waiting too. Martin Luther King died waiting. Charlie, what about me and you? If you still confused, Charlie Pride. I'm waiting on my 40 acres and my mule. It's you, my brother. I'm waiting. I know you do too. Love you, man. Love you, man. And you can't do nothing about it. My name is Bobby Rush. Charlie, congratulations.
3 days after Christmas, on December the 28th of 1956, Charlie Pride and his bride-to-be, Rosine, came down from Memphis. Charlie was playing in the old Negro leagues in Memphis for the Memphis Red Sox. It was not by happenstance that Charlie and his bride-to-be came to Hernando. Look magazine did a full-page spread on Hernando being the marriage capital of the USA. And they came to Hernando, and I spoke with Kathy Davis Sanders, who is the daughter of our late circuit clerk. She said her father does indeed remember issuing the marriage license to Charlie and Rosine. But those being segregated times, Mr. John Baldwin, Brother John Baldwin, an African-American minister, actually married them on the courthouse grounds. Most of the white residents of the town, or those tourists coming into town to get married, would have been married in the marriage chapel. But nonetheless, the love of Charlie's life, Rosine, they tied the knot here in Hernando. Many people are really astonished to find that out. I always found that it was the stories that really resonated with people. Those are the true gems. You know, the characters that we meet along the way, the troubadours like Charlie Pride, who left the ball field and the cotton fields to pursue his dream of country music. But for me, as a resident of about a quarter century now, this is home.
Dion and I would like to thank you for bestowing the Star of Hope Award on Charlie. He was looking forward to the opportunity to be recognized by his fellow Mississippians. The Pride family is grateful to the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi for the honor.
Thank you.
What age did you get your first guitar?
14.
14. Just started messing around with it.
I bought it from Sears Roebuck, and I still feel bad about it. I left it out in the wagon. It rained, and I never could keep it in tune. So I had to play it just the way it.
It's authentic. Do you still have the guitar that got?
I tell you, the country music Hall of Fame would love to have just even the neck of that thing. I kept the neck for a long time, but
that's awesome.
I don't know. It's just I was 14 years old at the age now. That's over 50 years, 60 years.
So I know baseball was your breakthrough to get away from Mississippi to make a name for yourself. So you were primarily concentrated on baseball before singing. Is that correct?
Yeah. I was gonna go to the major leagues and break all the records, then set new one by the time I was 35, 36, then sing.
So that was in your plans.
Yeah,
the singing was after the baseball.
That was the plan. Yeah. Get up on stage and sing in different towns. And they did hear me sing. They said one time, they said, "Man, you don't sing too bad." Says we was getting $2 a day eat money and $100 a month, so you can make a lot of money singing. He says, "Won't you?" I said, "Well, yeah, I'd like to, but I got to get them them records, you know.
Yeah.
Who hit the most home run? Not Babe Ruth, Charlie Pride. Who's the last 400 hitter? Not Ted Williams, Charlie Pride.
Everyone who ever wanted to be a country music singer faced insurmountable odds to ever be that successfully. But nobody ever faced the odds that Charlie Pride faced and conquered them like that man. I think that's why he was so supportive of new artists and new people and young talent like he was for people like me. When I was about 15 years old, I opened for Charlie, and it was the opportunity of a lifetime. I had heard before he got to town that he was the type of guy that took an interest in a young talent. And sure enough, here I was singing some songs before he walked on stage at the Wheeling Jamboree. He walked out in the darkness, and he sat down next to my dad in the theater, and my dad just about had a heart attack. And he turned to him and said, "Who is this young man?" And then my dad said, "That's my son." And Charlie said, "Well, here's my number. Call me. He's great. I want to help." We still had his number to the very end. He still had ours. And years later, we were performing at the White House together, and he walked up to my dad downstairs in the map room of the White House of the United States and said, or he said the number. And of our home phone. He remembered that. We were friends all those years. And I think the first time I really felt the encouragement of somebody who knew what it takes to be successful was Charlie. I miss you, Charlie, and thank you on behalf of everyone. First of all, that you had the career you had, and more than that you were so helpful to people like me.
A friend of mine, Edie Johnson, was in my Sunday school class, and I knew that her husband, Jack Johnson, was managing Charlie. And so anyway, I asked her one day after Sunday school if she'd mind. I said, "Ben has been writing some great, great songs. And would you mind if I brought a tape so you could give it to your husband and see if they like any of them?" So she said, "Well, sure." So the next Sunday, I was there, and after class, I gave her the tape, and I said, "Well, I'll just check back with you to see if they liked any of the songs." You know, you never know if people are going to like them or not. So I did call her, and I said, "Well, Edie, how did Jack like the songs?" She said, "Oh, Jackie, he loved them. But there's one song on there that he wants to get in the studio with Charlie right away, and that was Kiss an Angel." Charlie Pride cut 68 of Ben's songs, and he did a fabulous job. He sounded good on all of them, you know. And of course, that was a real blessing for us. Tremendous blessing. Charlie was such a nice guy to everybody. And, you know, I just appreciate him admiring Ben's work the way he did. They really just clicked together. Great, you know. Two Mississippi boys. Who'd have thought it? You know? And it was a great relationship. It really was.
Now, I'd like to do the biggest single I ever had, written by a guy that came right from Hollandale, Mississippi. His name was Ben Peters. And I appreciate that song because it's the biggest thing I ever had of all of my songs. I'd like to do it for you right now. Whenever I chance to meet some friends on the street, wonder how does a man get to be this way? I've always got a smiling face, anytime and any place. And every time they ask me why, I just smile and say, you got to Kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. People may try to guess the secret of a happiness, but some of them never learn that it's a simple thing. The secret I'm speaking of is a woman and a man in love, and the answer is in this song that I always sing. 'Cause you've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Oh, thank you. And just a little, thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Robin Hurdle, President of the Maddox Foundation and co-founder of the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi. This is my husband, Lanier. Congratulations again, Robin, on winning the Margaret Maddox Woman of the Year Award.
Robin and I are equally honored to present Mr. Bob Dunlap of Batesville, Mississippi, as the Dan Maddox Man of the Year. We'd just like to say congratulations again to Bob Dunlap for winning the Dan Maddox Man of the Year Award.
Hello, I'm Billy Myers. Heartland Hands Food Pantry is located in South Haven, Mississippi, and since March the 1st has provided 2 million pounds of food to 70 food pantries and social service agencies throughout Mississippi. It's my honor to recognize Heartland Hands and its director, Connie James, as our nonprofit of the year.
Thank you, Billy. And thank you, Community Foundation and the Maddox Foundation, for everything you've done to make this possible. Thank you.
I'm Matt Lipscomb, a member of the Community Foundation Board of Directors, and I serve on the Finance Committee. I'm pleased to introduce Wade Incorporated from Greenwood, Mississippi, as our Business of the Year.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Roll on, Mississippi.
Hey, I'm Tom Pittman, one of the co-founders of the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi. It seems amazing that we've come as far as we have. We started off with just a lunch on the square in Hernando talking about computers in classrooms. And that became an effort to put a computer in every public school classroom in DeSoto County and then in Mississippi. And after we saw what organized philanthropy could accomplish, we decided we ought to maybe institutionalize that. And Robin Hurdle at the Maddox Foundation led the way in helping us to organize ourselves into the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi, taking a simple little motto of connecting people who care with causes that matter. We looked at education, health, children, and those are the causes that matter. And then we began to figure out that there are lots and lots of people who care about those things. If we could just organize and connect them in a way that they could see results from their philanthropy, for their charity, then we would have the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi. So that's what happened in 2002, and I had the honor of chairing the board as a volunteer for a couple of years, and then became the first paid president, and it's been a wonderful experience.
I just don't need nobody new to cling to. I still love someone I've known a long, long time. And I still love someone I've known
I chanced to meet some old friends on the street. They wonder, how does a man get to be this way? I've always got a smiling face, anytime and any place. And every time they ask me why, I just smile and say, you've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Well, people may try to guess